got a little lost in the map right there.
Yeah, it happens sometimes when we're in this virtual reality environment.
But the one thing I am excited about is there's a chance of rain, or there is going to be rain coming down.
It's going to help our air quality. That has been an issue kind of intermittently for the past week at least, but that rain and several rain chances in a row going to wash that smudge of haze off the horizon for a little while at least. Let's take a look at how things are going to evolve as we head through the next few days. We'll begin with a look at that smudge of haze on the horizon as we look out from the Mark Hopkins Hotel. Thickening clouds overnight and throughout the day on Wednesday, but we should stay dry through the daylight hours on Wednesday. The rain is going to move in after sunset. Most of it's going to fall while most of us are either already at home or sleeping. Lingering showers possible on Thursday. Those will be more mist than hit, but there are more rain chances to come. The next wave will move in late Friday and into Friday night. In the meantime, while we're waiting on all that to arrive, let's take a look to the west from Salesforce Tower. Pretty post-sunset sky. Sun went down officially about 25 minutes ago. Temperatures a little cooler than they were yesterday, but still managed to make it up to 61 degrees. That's the current temperature in San Jose. You were warmer than that earlier in the day, still holding on to the low to mid 50s elsewhere. And before the rain arrives, we are in for another chilly night tonight. Let's take a look at those forecast low temperatures, which are going to be in the 30s on a pretty widespread basis, especially inland, into the mid 30s for most of the inland valleys of the North Bay, even all the way down to 32 degrees around Fairfield. Mostly low to mid 40s around the Bay, pretty close to average for this time of year, and back into the low 40s for low temperatures in the Santa Clara Valley. We're down into the 30s even in San Jose early this morning. And the temperatures are still going to end up at least a couple degrees above average, especially in the Santa Clara Valley, where you'll see more sunshine before the clouds begin to thicken up, close to 70 in San Jose. Most of us are going to be in the middle portion of the 60s inland, around 60 degrees in San Francisco, and only mid to upper 50s along the coast. And temperatures in the North Bay, where the thicker clouds will arrive a little bit earlier. Your temperatures are also going to be confined to the upper 50s to around 60 degrees. So let's talk about the arrival of the rain, which is going to make its way into the North Bay first. This sequence that I'm showing you on the floor map here just shows the first showers approaching the coast by about 5 o'clock tomorrow evening. Let's wind the clock forward. We'll go from 5 o'clock to 10 o'clock tomorrow evening, and that's when the rain becomes more widespread in the North Bay and spreading across much more of the Bay Area as we head through the mid to late evening hours, continuing to push farther and farther to the east. This takes us through 3 o'clock on Thursday morning, with the rain continuing to fall at a light to moderate pace for most of us. Some locally heavy downpours, but they're not going to last too long in any particular location. And this last sequence takes us through 8 o'clock on Thursday morning, which is when the rain is already going to be moving out. So this is not going to be a long-lived rain event. A few lingering showers still going to be possible as we head through the rest of the day on Thursday, but they are going to be pretty few and far between. Let's add up the rain. For the North Bay, this is where you're going to have the best chance of picking up about a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch of total rainfall. Modest amounts, certainly not enough to lead to any flooding threat, but just a good soaking rain after a couple weeks of dry weather. The amounts go down as you go farther south. Some of the rain shadowed spots around 1/10 of an inch of total rain, a little bit more around the Bay, about 1/3 of an inch for San Francisco and Oakland, and maybe a few tenths of an inch of rain for parts of the Tri-Valley. And in the Sierra, this is going to be a snowmaker, not a huge one. A winter weather advisory rather than a winter storm warning goes into effect tomorrow evening, continues through Thursday afternoon, anywhere from 3 to 9 inches of snow above 5,000 feet in elevation. But like their snow chances, our rain chances are going to continue to come at us in waves as we head through the end of the work week and into the weekend. So it's really 3 different systems. The first one tomorrow night, the next one Friday night into Saturday. That could be associated with a low-end atmospheric river, an AR1, the lowest category. And then another wave of rain Sunday night into Monday. And then it looks like the forecast is going to dry out a little bit as we head through the rest of next week. But we've got a lot to occupy our attention in the short term. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast. And we only have to show you one 7-day forecast because it's the same one for the entire Bay Area. When you have this kind of weather pattern, the atmosphere is pretty well stirred, so very similar temperatures across the entire region, especially once the rain starts to move in tomorrow night. A mix of upper 50s and low 60s for high temperatures, which is pretty typical for this time of year. Every other day pretty much brings in that next wave of rainfall. We'll be timing it out as each one approaches over the next several days.
All right, thanks, Paul.